I mean, the American respect for America is breaking down around the world. That's why you see all these conflicts.
They say that every year.
Well, we see more conflicts every year.
Are you kidding? We're kicking ass. We came back better from the pandemic economically than any other big boy country. Well, you know, whenever I hear something like the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, it's just like, oh, right-wing talking point. Not that it's not true. It is true, but it's like, really give. I mean, should they have handled it better? Absolutely. I'm not sure America ever handles anything well. We're just a fuck-up country now
In a moment that's igniting fierce debate across the internet, Bill Maher found himself backed into a corner, and for once, he didn't dodge. What began as a heated exchange quickly turned into something more, a cultural reckoning. Gone was the trademark sarcasm. In its place emerged something unexpected: vulnerability. Maher confronted the wreckage of political correctness and identity politics, forces he once championed, now staring him down. The mask slipped, the cracks showed. And what followed was raw, unfiltered honesty. There was no spin, no clever punchlines, just a sobering admission. Maher faced the truth about the suppression of free speech, the rise of moral panic, and the suffocating grip of woke ideology. This wasn't just a conversation. It was Bill Maher unplugged, grappling with the very cultural movement he helped. Ethical spark. A battle not just of ideas, but with the ghosts he helped unleash. In an unexpected twist.
No. However, I will ask you this because it's interesting to me. I did not like him. His personality is obnoxious. I didn't like him.
Among other things, yes.
But this is what I want to ask you, right? Because I don't know enough about American politics to say whether his policies were good.
Really?
I don't, honestly.
Oh, please.
I don't.
Why are you suddenly pleading ignorance on this? This is what you do.
No, hold on. Well, let's break it down, right? So, was his policy on the border better or worse than Joe Biden?
Looks like it's the same now.
Right?
Biden's building the wall.
At least he was trying, right? I mean, Biden's just letting people in like crazy. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought a wall was a terribly practical solution because people have thought of it before, and there's just a lot of like things obviously he couldn't get through. Obviously he couldn't get it through. So that's how hard it is. You know, it's private land, or you just can't build a unporous border. Look, if the Republicans were serious about wanting to stop immigration, what they would do is they would crack down on the hiring. But they don't want to because they want the cheap labor. So they want to pretend that they are stopping people from coming in and they don't like people coming in, but they like it. Drives down wages, and they could do that. You could crack down on that end of it.
Okay.
But that doesn't happen. Nobody's going through the kitchen and yelling, immigration!
From my perspective, it doesn't seem like Biden is better than Trump on that. When I look at the international situation, I mean, the American respect for America is breaking down around the world. That's why you see all these conflicts.
They say that every year.
Well, we see more conflicts every year.
Are you kidding? We're fucking kicking ass. We came back better from the pandemic economically than any other big boy country. I don't know how we do it, but if you look at like the stock market from like 1990 to now, like if you had your money in American stocks, like 3-4 times better than anywhere else.
I'm talking about
no, it matters.
I mean, of course it matters.
You know,
no, you're right.
I mean, the dollar is nobody's really even pretending that they could like replace the dollar or would want to. I mean, with our kind of debt, at some point, is some of this going to come crashing down? It absolutely could. But I don't know. Like, we just keep on ticking.
Bill Maher may have delivered the most powerful white pill of all without even meaning to, while trying to mount a defense of President Biden. Maher inadvertently proved something far more profound. America is too strong to collapse. Even under weak, chaotic leadership, as he fumbled through half-hearted excuses, trying to argue Biden is somehow better than Trump. His words rang hollow. The economy is limping. The border is wide open. Public confidence is at a low. Corruption, confusion, and global instability dominate the headlines. Yet through it all, the country remains standing. Not because of Biden, but in spite of him. It was a moment of accidental truth, a rare crack in the narrative. Maher, usually quick with spin or sarcasm, looked genuinely unsettled as if he realized, mid-sentence, the weight of what he'd just implied, that America's foundations are stronger than its failures. Even he couldn't deny it. And he didn't have to say it outright. His silence said enough.
America's a great country, but what I'm trying to get at it is a great country.
No, I'm not Mr. Rah-Rah. I'm just saying these are the facts. The biggest, like 5 biggest tech companies in the world, I think, are all American. Now China has, some things that we don't, but our military is still like there's nobody even close.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I'm just saying. So
I'm Team America.
No, this is not about bragging about America. This is just factually like where we are. Let's not have the wrong idea in our head about where our exact place in the world is. We're taking on water, but for some reason we're not sinking.
I'm just trying to get to the question, which is, you said something, which is very interesting to me. You're a smart guy, you're a nuanced thinker, but you said we survived Trump, and that surprised you.
Totally.
What is it about...
Are you kidding?
So give people...
Because he's crazy, first of all. He's crazy.
Is he stupid, Bill?
So...
He can't be.
He thought Frederick Douglass was alive. Are you kidding? Yes, he's stupid. He has a Hitlerian ability to move crowds.
Okay.
Often with the same sort of thoughts about you're cheated and the soil and all this shit. Obviously, he never went where Hitler went. I'm not comparing him with Hitler in that way.
Yes, you are.
But just as a insane, but that also made him genius politician who can move people and just owns fucking people, just like owns them. And that's his talent. But is he stupid? Yes. And he's fucking crazy.
But on those two things incongruous that you've just said, that he's a politician of genius and he's stupid.
Politician.
Yeah, of genius. But
yes.
But that...
The only genius he is.
It's almost comical how Bill Maher continues to cling to the long-debunked Russia collusion narrative years. After the facts burned it to the ground, he still trots out the worn-out claim that Trump's campaign handed data to the Russians, conveniently ignoring the mountain of evidence that dismantled that storyline. The truth. The supposed Russian asset at the center of it all turned out to be a CIA informant. The FBI knew it. The media knew it. And by now, Maher absolutely knows it too. But the lie lives on, kept breathing by those who prize narrative over truth. This isn't just outdated misinformation. It's willful deceit. A refusal to grow up, admit mistakes, and move on. Every time, Maher repeats it. He doesn't just rehash a falsehood. He reveals the deeper rot at the core of elite discourse. A culture more interested in preserving illusions than confronting reality.